Hey YouTube family, what's up? This your boy Ray Mack. Today we're going to do a brisket on the pellet smoker. I've never done a brisket before on the pellet smoker, so this is definitely my first time. And I'm hoping that you guys will check this video out. First thing we're going to do is we're going to get this here pellet smoker together. So I got it smoking right now, and I want y'all guys to pay attention to this video. Let's get into it. Alright YouTube family, what's up? This your boy Ray Mack. Today I'm going to do a brisket. I'm going to try to put this brisket on the smoker. So the first thing I'm going to do, I got a brisket that I bought from Walmart. So it was like $30-some. So this is definitely not one of your best pieces of brisket that you're going to cook on a grill with, but hey, it's a brisket. So I'm going to smoke this brisket, and I'm just going to try to keep this recipe as plain Jane simple as I could possibly be. So the first thing I'm going to do, you have the flat on this end, and then right up underneath of the flat, which is on top, you have what we call the point. So what I'm going to end up doing right now is just try to trim up some of this fat. And with this hard piece of fat right here, which is the decal, I'm going to try my best to get some of this fat out right in here. Trim this up a little bit. And I want to leave some of the fat on top of this. So we have the flat part up in here, and then we have the point. Alright? So I'm going to try my best to trim it up the best way I can, and I'm not going to do too much at the bottom of this. I just want to keep that as it is. And let me get me something to put these scraps in real quick. A lot of people save these scraps just if they want to make them some type of hamburger or something like that, but I have no use for these. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go in here and try to trim up some of this here decal. Alright, you can see the fat running along in between that point and that brisket. So I'm going to get some of this hard first, this hard fat. Because when you cook this, it's not going to render down. You can see that's some fat right there. Taking that one out. I want to try to get a little bit more of this. I'm going to come in with an angle, like in a V shape. And then I want to come on this side, if you can see, I'm going to come underneath of that. I know some of y'all like, oh, you cutting it wrong. Yeah, that's all good. Just want to get a V shape. Some more of that fat. Alright, put that in the trash. And we got a little piece of fat here. And I just want to get as much as that off as I can. Without losing some of the meat, where you can see I didn't lose pretty much anything on that, which is still good. Just want to trim this up a little bit. Okay. And now I just want to come and just see if I can shape it out. Just trim it up. Get along up in here. Like I say, this is expensive, least expensive cut of meat, so can't expect too much. And some of this will render down, the fat will. Right, just take some of this silver skin off just a little bit, just a render. this alone. I'm gonna leave this just like this. I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing seasoned out. I'm just gonna put on here salt and pepper, and that's it. Let's do it. All right, so what I'm gonna do first, I'm gonna season this on this side first, because when I put it on the grill, I'm gonna put it fat cap up, okay? So I'm gonna season this with salt and pepper. I got some kosher salt. I'm gonna hit it off with some kosher salt. Now I'm gonna hit it with some coarse black pepper. Put a lot of pepper on this thing, so I'm not gonna be concerned about how much pepper I put on. Almost like a Texas style. All right, so I'm gonna flip it. The same thing on this side. This is the fat cap, so this is what's gonna be cooking up. Not too concerned about how much salt and pepper I put on this. You can definitely go heavy on it. Seasoning that I'm gonna add to this is in this container is some Charlie Mills. All right, Charlie Mills is like a barbecue seasoning, and it has some more like salt peppers and some red pepper flakes. So just on the fat cap, nothing else, but just on the fat cap, I want to take it and sprinkle some of this here Charlie Mills right on top with the red pepper flakes on it. This should form a nice little bark. And that'll be it. I did not put no binder on this. I didn't put no mustard, no oil, or nothing like that. I just put it on just like you see it. Trimmed some of the fat off, and then I went and I put on some of this here kosher salt, and then I put also some of the black pepper on. Then on the fat cap, I added some Charlie Mills seasonings to this as well. And if you want to try some of this Charlie Mills seasoning, I'm gonna leave a link below for you guys. If y'all want to try to purchase some Charlie Mills, I'm telling you right now, I stand by it. I love that stuff, man. And I'm gonna throw this on the smoker. Just bear with me for a few minutes. When the smoker come up to temp, we're gonna go ahead and add this to the grill and let it cook on, and then we'll go from there, all right? All right, y'all, I got the brisket on here now. All right. Got the Z-grill set at 225 degrees, so I'm gonna continue to let this cook until I get a good internal temperature, and I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what I got going on. All right, so stick with me, and I'll be right back. All right, showing you the next step. Let's grill it. All right, YouTube family, this is what I want to show you guys right quick. What I'm cooking with on the pellet grill is I'm using some of this here Pit Boss competition pellets. I don't know, I'm trying to see if you can see it. Pit Boss competition pellets. It's raining outside, and that's the best thing I like about that pellet grills, because you can cook out there in the rain. You ain't got to worry about running in and out, in and out, in and out. So that's where we are right now. So I'm not going to cook this brisket by time. I'm just gonna cook it by internal temperature alone. That's what I'm gonna go by. I want this brisket internal temperature to hit at least 185 degrees. When it hits 185 degrees, I'm gonna pull it off, all right? And then what I might end up doing, since I'm not gonna wrap it with foil or butcher paper or nothing like that, I'm gonna stick it in the oven with the oven off and let the carryover time continue to roll over. If I take it off a little bit more sooner, where, say for instance, if I take it off at 200 degrees or at 195 degrees, the carryover time can still take over and it causes the meat to dry out. So 185, I'm gonna take it out when that internal temperature hit at 185, put it into the oven for at least around about a good 30 minutes or whatever the case may be. I'm gonna continue to probe it, but I want it to hit 195, all right? When it hit 195, I'm gonna go ahead and slice it up for you and let you see exactly what we got going on. So don't go nowhere. Continue to stick around. We got some killer brisket on the smoker. Okay, so now I'm gonna make a basting sauce for this brisket. I'm telling you, you gotta try this recipe. It is super, super superb, I'm telling you. So I got some onion beefy soup mix right here, some beefy onion soup mix that I'm putting inside of a coffee grinder. And I just want to try to grind up some of the particles on the inside so it can dissolve well in this basting sauce. And I'm telling you guys, man, please, if you cook or grill and you want a great basting sauce for that brisket or anything that you cook on a grill, try this recipe. So right here I'm using some apple cider vinegar, okay? So I want to put in about 2 cups of the apple cider vinegar in my saucepan, and I got the saucepan on medium-high heat because we want to try to bring the sauce to a simmer for at least around about 25 to 30 minutes. So I have some Worcestershire sauce, and I'm going to put at least around about 1.5 cups of this here Worcestershire sauce in the saucepan as well. And if you guys think I'm joking, if you grill, try this basting recipe on all your meats. I don't care if it's a rib, chicken, or whatever. It's delicious. So I got 1 stick of butter that I'm going to add to this as well. All right. And I'm doing this again, y'all, in future videos. I'm serious, y'all. So when you see me using basting sauce, this is what you'll see me do. So I got that Lipton Onion Soup mix, and I went on and try to chop up some of the particles in that coffee grinder. It did an okay job. So I got 1 cup of water that I'm tossing in here as well. And I'm also gonna add in some hot sauce. And I want you to add in the hot sauce, and I want you to stop until your ancestors say stop. So I really don't have a measurement for this hot sauce. I just continue to pour and drop as much as I want it. And I'm telling you, y'all, you can't go wrong. Use your favorite hot sauce, but I'm using some Texas Pete right here. All right, then I have some kosher salt. Now with the kosher salt, you could just pretty much use your own judgment on it. So this here, I just put in about 2 tablespoons. And then I have some coarse black pepper. And I'm also gonna toss in about 2 tablespoons of that. And then right here, I have some ground up chili peppers. So I put in at least around about 1 tablespoon of ground up chili peppers. You could just use your paprika, that'll be fine. All right. And then next thing I'm gonna do after I let that basting sauce heat up,
so this is where we at right now with the brisket. It's been 2 hours in, and she got a nice little crust on it. Like I said, I'm not gonna wrap it. It's more like an experimentation. I just want to see what's gonna happen, but I do got the sauce that I'm gonna base it with. This came out pretty good. I'm happy with this. Put it in the shade so y'all can see it, but it smells real good. So I'm gonna base this brisket with it. That's gonna be phenomenal. So I'm gonna give it 1 more hour before I baste it though. 1 more good hour. All right, y'all. So we done with the brisket. It was raining outside, and I couldn't take the camera out and film it like I wanted to. So I let the internal temperature hit to about 195 degrees. Alright. So this is what we got right now. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna slice this up right now, okay? Let's get into it. Alright, so this the flat. Right up in here. Just the point. So what I wanna do, I wanna cut straight down this middle. And the grain, I'm gonna cut it slicing it this way. The grain was running this way. I'm gonna slice it this way. So I'm gonna cut this right across the middle. Take one of these slices on this one right here. Nice piece. Got a little smoke ring, not too much, but it's okay. A little moist. Good. That works. This is good. That base, perfect. You gotta try that base. You got to try the base. I'm telling you, it's good. This is fantastic. Y'all, I'm out of here. Alright? Thank you for checking out this here brisket recipe. I hope you guys give this a try. At least give that base a try. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. And this turned out perfect. And I'm definitely gonna do this again.